It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you, and welcome to the Science Bowl. Well, if you've been with us this season, you have seen the two schools that are going to be playing today, Templeton and University Park. They've won twice previously, and they're here today vying for the chance to be in the last of the semifinal games as we get closer to the championship match here in our 36th season of the Science Bowl. Yes, indeed, we have our 6 categories, the traditional categories, when we used to play in the studio here. We're, of course, now coming to you virtually. Green Things, Zoo Parade, Body Systems, Let's Get Physical, Science Potpourri, and Dateline Science. 5, 15, and 25-point questions. All right, Templeton, let's get started here, and let's meet you guys. Some folks out there are seeing you for the very first time. Would you please say hello to Simon? Hey, Simon, wave to everybody at home. Simon is the captain. And joining Simon today is Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie, wave to everyone at home, please. We're glad to have you back. Great player. And Soul Mary is here. Hey, Soul Mary, welcome to you. The 3 S's here. Did you have to have a first name beginning with an S to be on the team? I'm sure not, but I know you all are going to do a great job here today. So it's time to get started. We start our teams out with 50 points with no penalties for any incorrect answers. So we go to our first category, the Green Things category, with the 5-point question. Here we go. Good luck. To grow a giant pumpkin, you need special seeds. Name for this extinct woolly relative of modern-day elephants.
Oh, it's mammoth, right, guys? Yeah, mammoth.
That's right, the mammoth seeds they're called, and you get those mammoth 1,000-pound pumpkins that you see. I wonder how they taste. They don't look like they'd be very good tasting. Good start. Here's your 15-point question in green. Because they are so valuable and often stolen, the bean pods of this plant, grown in Madagascar, are branded like cattle, so we can eat the most popular of America's ice cream flavors.
Oh, vanilla beans, right? Vanilla. Yeah. What do you guys? Vanilla beans.
That's right. Vanilla ice cream is the most popular flavor in America, and it is the vanilla beans. And yes, they are branded because they are so valuable. Good answer. 2 for 2. Last question in the Green Things category. If a plant is negatively phototropic, what does it do?
Oh, yeah.
It connects to light.
Yeah. So maybe
It can connect to light.
yeah.
Do you think?
What you think, Simon?
I think we'll just go with this.
I didn't hear what your answer was. Say it again.
Yeah, it can't connect to light. Yeah.
Say it one more time.
It can't. Wait. Oh, okay. It can't like connect to light.
It can't connect to light. Actually, negatively phototropic means it grows away from the light. Positively phototropic grows toward the light. So if you put a plant on a windowsill, you're going to notice that it leans toward the light. If it's negatively phototropic, it grows away from the light. Not quite right. Let's go to the zoo. First question in the zoo category for 5 points. While the elephant is the largest land animal, the second largest land animal is this other African pachyderm with a mostly aquatic lifestyle.
Oh, hippo. Right, guys? It's hippo. Like, what do you guys think? Yeah. Do you guys think it's hippo?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got?
Hippo. Do you guys agree on that?
Hippopotamus is correct, yes. All right, so Simon, when we ask for your question, kind of be definitive there, so we know what your answer is. Hippo is right. Good answer. Zoo Parade for 15 points is a visual question. Let's have a look at this picture. This is a bandicoot. Look kind of cuddly. Like most Australian mammals, this bandicoot is classified as one of these since its joeys develop in a pouch.
What's it again? It's like the same category as same category. Like I can't remember it. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Oh, I know it's on the.
Let's try to think.
I know it's on the tip of your tongue. Like a kangaroo, it is a marsupial. Marsupials have pouches, and baby marsupials are called little joeys. Joeys, even if it's a kangaroo or a bandicoot or a wombat. All right, let's get this 25-pointer. I know you can do it. All right, kind of big words, but a simple answer. A leucistic alligator, Leucistic, a leucistic alligator, unlike an albino alligator, still has some melanin pigment, meaning its eyes are blue and not this color, which is true for all albino animals.
Yeah, red.
Red. It's red.
It is red, absolutely,
No,
because what you're what you're looking at are the blood vessels in the retina, which gives it that red color. Good answer. You got yourself 25 points. 3 more questions before you take your first break. You're going good. Body systems for 5 points. Adam, according to the Bible, was created from dust in the Garden of Eden. Then one of these bones was removed from Adam to create Eve.
Rib.
Today, both sexes have an equal number, 24, of these bones in a group called a cage.
Rib.
Ribs. You have your rib cage. Absolutely right. 15 points in body. Deafness is the inability to hear. Blindness, the inability to see. And anosmia, anosmia, is the loss of the ability to do this, which was one of the symptoms of COVID.
Oh, smell.
Smell.
Smell is correct, yes. Nose is in anosmia there, anosmia. Good answer. All right, last question before your first break. 25 points in body systems. For a long time, doctors thought these U-initialed lesions in the stomach were caused by stress and too much acid and being on too many science bowls. Now we know they are caused by bacteria. Name those U-initialed stomach lesions for 25 points.
What do you? Okay, so you said you. Like udders or something.
What do you think, Summer? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a tough one, guys. They're called ulcers. Ulcers, U-L-C-E-R-S, ulcers. A lot of times people thought if they worried too much, they would develop ulcers, and they would take all kinds of medications, and it turned out it was bacterial all along. 120 points. That means you head into the break here, sitting pretty. You'll come back after a few moments here. I'll talk to you about yourselves and your schools, and we'll get them in the second half. Nice going there, Templeton. It is now time to meet that team from University Park, a school that has won 6 county championships. Today, they, like Templeton, vying for a chance to get to the semifinal game and then the championship match. Let's meet the team members. Our captain is Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte, wave to everybody if you would. Nice to have you back. Great player. Joined by Victoria, equally super player. Hey, Victoria. Good to have you back. And Juniper, good to have you here too. She knows her science, as you're about to see. All right, if you're ready, and I remember, make sure you're muted while I'm talking, and then unmute yourself. Here we go. Green things for 5 points. The American beauty is just one of the thousands of species of this flower, America's national flower. In fact, ones have been named after all of our first ladies in the last 50 years, and is the most popular flower around the world. Can you name it?
Do you guys know?
No, maybe like a rose,
Dandelion. The rose garden. Yeah. And first lady.
Okay, rose, I guess.
What you got, Charlotte?
Rose.
Rose, absolutely right. The American Beauty Rose, and yes, and I heard you say Rose Garden and First Ladies. I liked how you made that connection. Perfect. Good start. Let's go to 15 points in green things. These salad fruits, often thought of as vegetables, are tangy and green when they're unripe, but turn tastier when they ripen and turn black. They are also the source of a very heart-healthy kind of oil.
Olives, maybe? Yeah, olives.
I think it's tomatoes.
No, olives don't. Because olive oil.
Oh.
Tomatoes don't turn black. Olives do.
Oh, okay.
Olives, I think. Yeah.
It is olive oil, absolutely right. And olive oil is part of a very healthy diet. Good answer. 25 points in green things. To grow a prize-winning giant pumpkin of over 1,000 pounds, should you want to do that, you need the right kind of seed and certain nutrients. You need 2 pounds of nitrogen, 3 pounds of phosphorus, and 6 pounds of potash, P-O-T-A-S-H, a fertilizer with the formula K2O. Tell me what the K and the O stand for. What two chemical elements?
I know that the O stands for oxygen.
What does the K stand
Yeah. What elements start with K?
Well, what does K stand for? It might not actually start with K.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because often elements are like that.
Do you guys have any ideas besides the oxygen?
I know that oxygen's one of them.
You're right. Oxygen is indeed one of them, and the name potash is a clue. P-O is potassium, and that's what the letter K stands for. That's one of those ones that doesn't really give you a clue, but I was hoping potash might have given you an idea. Let's go to the zoo. Let's go to the zoo for 5 points. This was kind of upsetting. Recently in Hong Kong, the government ordered that all of these rodents, best known for running in wheels in their cages, be killed because it was suspected they were carriers of COVID-19.
Mouses or hamsters?
Hamsters?
Yeah.
Mice or hamsters.
I think it's hamsters.
Yeah, hamsters.
Yeah, it's hamsters. You got it. Yeah, the hamsters in that wheel. Yeah, a lot of pet owners were very upset. For 15 points, zoo parade. If you know your Latin, and I know you girls do, the term rara avis, R-A-R-A, second word avis, A-V-I-S, which is used to describe a strange person, actually means a rare one of these creatures, like the kakapo in New Zealand.
A bird, maybe.
A rare avis. I think that might actually have something to do with like aviary,
Yeah.
which has to do with bird.
A bird?
Yeah, I think it's a bird.
It is indeed a bird. Liked how you're thinking there. Avis, aviary, nicely done. Thank you, Victoria, and all of you. Let's go to the 25-point question and show you a picture. This is a visual question, and we're going to show you a dinosaur, and you'll recognize this dinosaur. It's a pterosaur. Just like owls, the flying reptiles known as pterosaurs would puke up indigestible parts from the fish that they ate. They puked up these indigestible parts in the form of these P, as in Paul, initial packets, a word that also means a kind of rounded ammunition.
Pellets.
Yes. Have you ever dissected an owl pellet? It is so cool. There are tiny little bones in there from the mice they eat. Yeah, it's a neat science experiment. Do that if you have a chance. Good answer, 25 points. Let's go to body systems. 3 more questions before you take your first break. You're on a roll. Body systems for 5. Facial recognition technology often involves scanning this pigmented part of your eye.
The retina?
Yeah, I think it's the retina.
Not quite. Correct answer there is the iris. The iris that surrounds the pupil. That's the part that can be green or brown or blue. The iris is what they scan. For 15 points in the body, this bone that surrounds and protects your eye has what same name as the path a planet takes around the sun?
Revolution or yeah.
Oh, it's revolution, I think.
Revolution.
Okay.
Charlotte, what you think?
Do you want to go with revolution?
Yeah.
Revolution.
Correct answer is the orbit, the orbital bone. The orbit is what we were looking for. But I liked what you were thinking there. That was a reasonable guess. Let's get this last one for 25 points in body systems. The doctor on the television show Pimple Popper is this kind of doctor.
Dermatologist, because that's like skin. So dermatologist.
I think it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dermatologist.
It is dermatologist for 25 points. Absolutely right. Thanks, Juniper. You were in there right away. You knew that. And you end the first round with 140. Nicely done, University Park. We'll see you again in a couple of minutes. Good playing. It is now time to welcome back that team from Templeton Elementary. They had a good first half. They're sitting on 120 points. It's a close game, as you've been noticing here. Let's find out about our players if you haven't had the pleasure of meeting them the other 2 times they were here on our show. They're great young people. Let's talk first to the captain of the team, Simon. Hey, Simon, tell the folks at home a little bit about yourself. Why'd you want to do this, and what do you do in your spare time? All that good stuff.
The reason I wanted to do this is because I was on here like last year, and it was like really fun. And I really like science and stuff, and I just thought it'd be fun to join again and get some extra knowledge.
Absolutely. You're a delight to have here, and you said something very important there. You like science, and you like this because it's fun, and those 2 terms should be synonymous, and hopefully they are, and obviously you guys are great advertisements for what good science is all about. You're a terrific captain. Let's find out about
Dave,
your
hold on
teammates.
for a second, Dave. Simon, can you move that water bottle, please? Just put it down. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Simon. Let's talk to your teammates now. Let's go to Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. Good to have you back here, and tell us a little bit about your motivation. Why do you come back and do this? We love having you here. Why do you like the show?
I like this show because I feel like it's a good opportunity to learn more about science, and overall I think it would just be fun.
Yeah, it is fun, and you said something important too. We hope that you are learning some things, some new things, but we're also letting the audience know how much you guys already know. It's such a young age, and it's a formidable amount of knowledge, and you are great advertisements for why science is such a cool thing. Yeah, and needed. Thanks. Good luck in the second half. Let's talk to Soul Mary. Hey, Soul Mary, good to have you on the show again. And do you get to keep those lab coats? Those are really nice looking.
I'm not 100% sure, but maybe. You never know.
I hope so. If there's a vote, I'll vote for you to keep them. You look good in those. Tell us why you like being on the show. We like having you here.
Well, when they first told me about it, I wasn't sure, but after actually being on the show, I really liked it, and I wanted to make history in our school, and I got to learn more about science.
Well, you've already made history on the show just by being here today, because you are, by being chosen, one of the elite students at Templeton. And whether you win a county championship or not, you have plenty to be proud of. But I know you're going to aim for that championship. You had a good first round. Good luck in the second half. All right, Templeton, now time for your last 9 questions in the categories Let's Get Physical, Science Potpourri, and Dateline Science. 3 questions in each category. Let's go to Let's Get Physical for 5 points. Here we go. A standard wall outlet in the United States where you plug in your battery charger or your lamp supplies 120 of these units of electrical power.
Volts.
It is volts, absolutely. You knew that one cold. 5 points, good start. Let's go to 15 points for multiple choice. Would you use a hydrophone, spelled Hydrophone? Would you use a hydrophone to check the sounds of a tropical rainforest, a coral reef, or the underground homes of naked mole rats?
So the answers were coral reef. rainforest, and underground homes of mole rats. I think it's the coral reef because hydro means water.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
also think that.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
Exactly what I wanted you to do. You knew that prefix, and it is something to listen to the sounds at a coral reef, which is surprisingly noisy because fish that we didn't even know, they do make sounds. Let's go to 25 points and let's get physical. NASA's mission to the sun recently flew by this hottest planet. Average temperature over 800 degrees, and for the first time, we could see beneath the thick clouds around this planet and make out land masses that include continents. Name that planet.
Venus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Venus.
Venus.
It is Venus, absolutely right. A very unforgiving place, one that we have no intention of ever trying to land on. Potpourri for 5 points. Did 3 for 3 there. Good answers. Potpourri for 5 points. Native Americans once thought that an exploding sun was responsible for the meteorites and comet particles that fell from the sky and caused their forests to burn down. They also thought the explosion created one of these large predatory cats with the same name as the Carolina National Football League team and the evil cat trying to kill Mowgli in the Jungle Book.
Panther.
Yeah, it is a panther. You got it for 5 points. Potpourri for 15. After a near fatal car accident that resulted in 30 fractures to his skull, Olympic skier Colby Stevenson recovered enough to compete in Beijing with a metal plate in his head made of the chemical element with the symbol T as in Tom, small letter I. T-I. Name that element.
Titanium.
It is. He had a titanium plate. Good answer. All right. Speaking of metals, let's look at this picture for 25 points. Visual question. What soft yellow metal that's a mix of copper and zinc was proposed as the new nickname for the Washington Commander NFL team, since it is a term used for top military officers and describes the section of the band that includes trumpets, tubas, and horns like this?
Brass.
That's right. Brass it is, copper and zinc. Good answer. All right, Dateline for 5 points. You're perfect in the second round. Dateline for 5. After the terrible fires in Australia, a new population count of these signature Australian marsupials that depend on trees for their survival are now on the endangered species list.
Okay, I think it's koalas because koalas rely on eucalyptus to live,
That's
which comes
true.
from a tree.
I like that.
Yeah, what do you think, Stephanie?
Sure.
Okay, because
Let's go with koalas.
It is koalas, absolutely right. You made that connection between the eucalyptus leaves and the trees, and that's where they go for safety as well. Good answer. For 15 points in Dateline. Once the Omicron variant of the coronavirus arrived in the United States, it crushed what other variant that had been the dominant strain?
Delta? What do you guys think about Delta?
You think it's
Delta. Do you guys think it's Delta? Yeah, Delta.
It is Delta. Good answer. Last question of the game for you, 25-pointer in Dateline. It was in 1985 that scientists first noticed that the ozone in this layer of the atmosphere was thinning, exposing us all to dangerous levels of ultraviolet radiation.
Okay, so what do you guys think about the
Layers.
How about the stratosphere? What do you guys think of the stratosphere? Yeah, there's like the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the atmosphere. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the stratosphere?
Sure.
Okay.
It is stratosphere. Absolutely right, and I like how you tick them off. Don't forget there's exosphere and mesosphere, and we live in the troposphere, but you got one right, stratosphere. And that's why, when that ozone layer thinned, it became big news. Good answer. All right. You ran all those questions. Let's get your final tally. Nice job, Templeton. 255 points. You guys did a super job. Super job. Congratulations. Let's see if this will win you a shot at the semifinals. We'll be back with you in just a few moments. All right, it's now time to bring back that team from University Park. They're sitting on 140 points. Let's see what their next round is going to be like. But first, let's talk to our players just for a few moments. You've probably seen them if you've been following our show. This is their third appearance this year. They are just whip smart, and as you saw in the first half, they know how to play together as a team. They're terrific. Let's talk to the captain first, and that is Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte, welcome back. You're a veteran of Science Bowl. Tell us what you like about the show.
I really like how you're able to learn science while doing a fun thing with other people and also using a lot of teamwork.
Yeah, well, you work so well together as a team. And fun seems to be the common denominator today from everyone that we've been talking to, because, you know, that's what we want this to be. We want you to have some fun and learn things, and we like learning what you know about science, which is an awful lot. Good luck in the second half, Charlotte. Let's talk to your teammates. Let's go to Victoria. Hey, Victoria. Victoria, you two have been connecting words. You know your etymology, you know your Latin and your Greek. You just really prepared well, as all of you have done today. What do you like about the show?
Like Charlotte said, I really like that it's fun, and I'm kind of competitive, so I really like that too.
Absolutely right. You know, you all want to have fun, but you all want to win too. It's like when you go to the Olympics, a silver medal is nice, but you know, everybody wants that gold. You want to be the one at the top, and you're headed in the right direction. You're a fine young lady, and you're a good player. Good luck in the second half here. And let's talk to the last member of the team, Juniper. Hey, Juniper, nice to have you back. You knew that dermatology answer right away, got yourself those 25 points. Tell us what you like about the Science Bowl. Why did you want to do this?
I really enjoy science, and I like how we're learning. Well, we're learning during a competition, and so you can have fun while learning.
Absolutely right. And someone once described this show as Jeopardy for kids. And, you know, there's that element of competition here, the different categories. I wish we had as much money to give away as they do on Jeopardy, but you're taking away something as valuable or more so, and that is a great team experience and more knowledge. Good luck in the second half here, Juniper. All right, University Park, time for your last 9 questions. Let's go to the Let's Get Physical category for 5 points. Here we go. If a rainbow forms on your desk, it's because a nearby glass object is acting like a prism and bending the light, a process known by this R-initialed name.
I think it's refracting. I'm sure it's refracting.
You're sure? Okay.
I'm sure.
Victoria says, don't even bother, I got it down. It is refraction. You got it, Victoria, you knew that one. Let's get physical for 15. Astronomers had discovered the largest one of these heavenly objects ever seen, called the Bernardelli-Bernstein after the 2 men who saw it. It is bigger than the Hale-Bopp, the previous record holder, but not nearly as famous as Halley's, which returns every 75 years.
I'm sure it's comet, because Halley's was a kind of comet, right?
Okay.
Halley's was a comet, indeed, the most famous one, and yes, it loops around every 75 years. It is a dramatic sight in the sky. Thank you again, Victoria. Let's go to 25 points in Let's Get Physical. In 1962, a chemist achieved what was thought to be impossible. He formed a new compound using one of these noble gas chemical elements, which, like the others, is known to be unreactive. The element he used has the symbol Xe, capital X, small e. Name that element, please.
Do you guys know?
I don't really know any chemicals that have that.
It might be Latin or Greek, but
what animals are Latin or Greek if it was?
Xe. It needs to be like.
Yeah, the noble gases are argon and krypton, and Xe is xenon, pronounced xenon, Xenon. Tough one. Let's go to potpourri for 5 points. If someone suffers from amblyopia, One of these sense organs is said to be lazy. Let me spell amblyopia for you. A-M-B-L-Y-O-P-I-A. If you have amblyopia, you are said to have a lazy what sense organ?
Eye. Lazy eye.
That's right. You've got a lazy eye. Indeed. Good. For 15 points in potpourri, the whippoorwill bird is the only bird that during colder months enters a state of torpor, better known as this reduced state of activity in the winter.
Hibernation?
It is hibernation. Yeah, the whippoorwill is the only bird that actually hibernates. Good. 25 points. This is an interesting question. Scientists now think that many of the microplastics polluting our environment come from this material, this substance, released by polyester and cotton clothes when we use the clothes dryer.
So, what, a material?
When you use the clothes dryer, what kind of material is generated that is found to contain these microplastics?
Oh, the little things that are caught in the little...
The tiny little beads.
No, I think it's the lint. Yeah, it might be lint. It's either like...
It's like
Oh, what are the little...
the microbeads?
It's either that or lint.
Charlotte, you get to choose.
Which one? Lint.
It is lint. Yes, indeed. The lint that is in the lint trap there. And Juniper, I heard you talking about the lint trap there, you know, that stuff you pull out and you think, where did all this come from? Well, it's degraded from the clothing that's been spinning around in that dryer. And now it is suspected to be a source of pollution. Good answer. Dateline for 5 points. 3 more questions, girls. 5 points. One recent study showed that increasing your amount of this vitamin, called the sunshine vitamin, could reduce your chances of getting a serious case of COVID-19.
Vitamin D. Yeah, I'm 100% sure.
100% sure. You should be. It is vitamin or vitamin D. Perfect. All right, for 15 points, please listen carefully to this. The pandemic hastened the development of vaccines. We know that. And also the tests to see if someone was infected with COVID-19. The most reliable COVID test, the so-called gold standard test, was the PCR, which stands for polymerase chain what?
Polymerase chain.
So what's the R?
Yeah. Reaction. Rapid.
Reaction?
Yeah, I think it's
Preliminary chain reaction?
Because that makes sense.
Yeah.
It is polymerase chain reaction. Absolutely right. Good answer. I liked how you thought that one out. For 25 points, last question of the game is a visual. Let's have a look at this glowing rabbit. Scientists have discovered yet another animal that can glow in the dark. The spring hare that you see here can glow pink or red after absorbing ultraviolet light. Since it is not producing the light like fireflies do, the mammal is not showing bioluminescence, but rather bio what? A word that describes the glow of certain lights, say in your classroom ceiling.
Fluorescent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fluorescence.
It is fluorescence, absolutely right. Biofluorescence for 25 points. Super job there. Good round, girls. 250 points. Whoa, what a tally that is. Will that be enough to win this game? You guys should be very proud of yourselves. Well, it was going back and forth. There was no better team today. They were the best, all of them today. Our score came down to a difference of just 5 points. Just 5 points. Our final tally today is University Park 250, Templeton 255, so by 5 points. Congratulations to Templeton. You are moving on to the last of the semifinal games. University Park, there is good reason why you have won 6 former championships, because you couldn't have played any better here, and it was a high wire act for everybody. Everybody give yourselves a nice round of applause. It was just a terrific game. Science Bowl at its best. All of you guys should be holding your heads high, because when people watch this thing, they're going to say, they're both winners. And those people would be right. You're winners too. We couldn't do Science Bowl without you. We thank you for watching, and we hope you'll stay with us because the elementary final game is coming up very soon. So for University Park and Templeton, and for our wonderful team here of Chuck Wolf and Rodney Jones, I'm Dave Zarin saying goodbye, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.